Hello everyone, welcome back to SAYAM Draws. So glad you could join me today. As always, we'll be drawing, so if you have a sketchbook or a tablet with you, feel free to draw along. Let's get started with our circle here. And as I'm looking here today, I'm noticing that my values in the lighter area are actually pretty incorrect, pretty dark. So what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to backtrack a little bit. So we're going to erase everything that we've got here. Just going through the whole thing. Just taking out everything that we've got. Just going right through, just cutting right in there. Gonna leave none of that behind. Bit up here. Just very gently, very carefully. Get rid of all our shadow there. Now what we're going to do is we're going to try to find a more proper sort of color here, and from what I can tell, we almost have a sort of thing going on here where this area right here is quite light, and then this area right here is just slightly darker, very minimal. Can't even really notice the difference. And then here is where we have the most darkest values. So let's try to go on a whim here. Let's actually try to move from this light area towards the dark. Normally, from the way I've kind of learned and seen, is that they start from the shadow part and they move to the light, but I feel like that's going to be a bit tricky for us because there's such a big difference, right, between this shadow part, the light area right here. So let's actually erase most of our little palette here. Just very gently go through it, like so. Select our lightest color here. Go back to the brush. Maybe increase the size a little bit. About a 30, I suppose. Is okay. We're just gonna add a touch. Just a touch of black. Gonna select that color. I think it's going to work, so let's start coloring it in. Very gentle strokes like so. Start to blend in the light area. And this whole part is just going to come straight down. What's going to happen at this point is we're going to see a bit of a darker shade, so let's once again take our this. Let's erase this here. I'm gonna make a new layer. Put all our colors there. This is gonna be our palette layer. Hopefully I'll have the memory capacity to remember to switch to that every time I create colors, put them there, but we'll see how it goes. And then so we're gonna select that, and we're gonna put it here. It's not much darker really than what we've just had, I think. To select here, it's a bit too dark. Alright, let's try this instead. We're gonna take a bit of this shade right here. We're gonna add just a tad bit of black to that. Still too dark. Right, again, we just take that. And already we have a bit of a darker blend, and so let's start to work with that actually. I think that works okay. Let's bring him down here. I think that's a pretty good gradation. Although I'm not quite sure if I like this area right there. But I think it's okay to keep working from here actually. So let's try that. So we'll keep moving on. It's actually a bit darker than what we had before. Let's try to get it right. Still darker. Yeah, for some reason that tone is actually different, even though I'm selecting the same color from before. So let's actually just go straight from there. And that seems to work a bit better. Keep moving down all the way like so. Yeah, so I'm having a bit of trouble here now. For some reason all my tones are coming out different than what they were before. can try to do actually. I'm going to go back all the way. Just take away everything. Everything's going back. Maybe I can't go further than that. Alright, let's try this again. See, it's not working out. And I think this method that I've been using of trying to use just this paintbrush to get my work done is not really working out so well. It doesn't really give me the effect that I want. Partially that's to do with the medium here I'm using, you know, of trying to do traditional with a digital. But I think I need to give that up here now, because I don't think that's going to work. What I do want to try though now is I want to try to just use a more traditional, or not traditional, but a digital way of doing things, where you just sort of color everything in, and then from there you try to blend things a bit more. And hopefully that's going to give me a better result than what I've been getting so far. And we'll see how it goes. We're just trying it out, testing out the waters. Now, what I don't like, again, is that this tone here is not quite the temperature of what I'm looking at. The temperature I'm looking at is a lot cooler than this. Is actually a bit warm in my opinion. So we get rid of that. We go to our layer here with our, not that, with our colors. I'm going to get rid of it, cleanse our palette. Looks like I didn't make the mistake of drawing that to the previous or other layer where it's not supposed to be. We're going to take our nice cool white and we're just going to try to gently make it a bit so what we're going to do, actually I'm going to do this here, and I'm going to use the blending tool, white bleed blender. Just going to create something a bit more. Let's add some more of this white here actually. A bit cooler temperature than that, right? And so there we have it. It's a bit cooler. It's still a bit too warm in my taste. Well, actually, that is not the right color. It's this, actually. There we go. That's actually a bit better. Let's see if we can't just make that a tad bit lighter. Yeah, that's pretty good. So let's go back to our circle layer. We're going to put that all in. And I think this is a much better color. Quite happy with this tone, this temperature. I think it's exactly the temperature that I was looking for. Let's go through this part again. What I should be doing right now is I should be saving all my colors into a standard, well, not a standard color set, but into a color set, really. Whoa, that's a lot of colors. If if I do that, I can just really get it back quickly. That's another thing I should learn to do. Yeah, because already this color is different from what I was already working with. I'm trying to get back to it, but it just keeps coming out darker than what it was before. So what we're going to do is we're going to add a bit more white there. Yep, see, look at that. It's already darker. Now the strange thing is, even though I pick this color here, go to color wheel. See, nothing's being adjusted really. It's all the same, but it's looking darker for some reason. Well, anyways, let's just keep moving forward. Hopefully the problem will fix itself somehow. If it doesn't, we can look for solutions. We can plan ahead for the future. See if we can do anything that will prevent us from making that mistake again. So everything's filled in, like so. There we go, I just added a bit of white and now it's pretty much fixed. We've got our value back. So let's just create that kind of guideline there, like so. I'm just fill in all this. Honestly, we can just be using a bigger brush now. Don't need to be using something so small. Just use a big, fill it in, like so. There we go. Perfect. Go back to the small. We're gonna make our highlight a bit brighter there. Yep, there we go. All right, now we're going to try to create a slightly warmer tone. And it's not going to be very, warm. It's just slightly. Alright. So mix that in. And we're going to compare it with our previously warm tone, and it's just slightly there, and I think that's perfect. So let's use that. Let's bring him in. There we go. There's our friend. Just slightly warmer. He might actually be a bit too warm, but I'm actually not sure, so we'll keep working with him for now, and we'll see where he leads us. Where is he going to take us? Let's take some of that there, bring it up. A smaller brush. what's interesting here is that we've got a darker shadow right here. It's very thin, it's a bit darker. It's not much darker, so let's grab this. Oops. Oh crap, I'm on the wrong layer. See, this is what I was expecting would happen, but that's okay. It can't be much lighter than what I'm looking at right now, so let's add just a bit of this to it. Let's blend it together. Let's see here if it fits in nicely right there. Yes, it does. I think that's good enough. So let's start filling that in like so. There we go. Actually, yeah, this just kind of goes all around like so. Alright, now here's the tricky part. We're going to take our blender and we're going to try to blend this together. I feel like it's not doing anything. It really isn't. Why not? It's erasing. It's because it's all in a different layer. Okay, let's just merge this. There we go. There we go. Now it blends. Right, so just kind of go through that like so. And yes, it blends. Not quite sure if it's giving me the effect that I want, but it's definitely blending. That's for sure. That is for certain. And it's not looking so bad. Let's grab a smaller size for the blender, maybe about that size, or actually a bit bigger, maybe about 80. Oh, looks like it got separated again. That's pretty nice. I guess this is actually the way to go. You know, this is the way to go with digital medium. Gotta use the tools that it gives you. I think I was being a bit too stubborn and trying to just do things the traditional way. Which, to be honest, I do quite enjoy. Like the traditional way. I like to do things kind of more classic, you know, paper pen style, but this is the only kind of option I have, and that's okay. That's totally fine. You know, this is what we do. Is we learn how to work right together. We learn how to make teamwork. Right? There we go. That is a very nice blend, I feel. Okay, now on to the shadow part. We're going to need something that's smaller, maybe about a 50. I'm just going to blend it in. kind of seems to me that the shadow part is the trickiest, because there's such a tendency to create something that doesn't mix in too well. Everything kind of shows up a bit more clearly. Areas, look at this. The whole thing is kind of appearing more as like a very, very, how do you say? Unorganized feel to it. At least that's the way it seems. So, how to fix that? That's the question. Maybe if you do it from the side, like so. It's kind of working out. You can blend a bit more. Zoom out a bit and just look at the whole thing. It's actually pretty good. I quite like that. I quite like that blend there. I really like how it's, you barely notice, right, the difference. I might want to exaggerate the highlight a bit more, because you can barely see it. But this itself is, I'm pretty satisfied with it. Let's keep trying to do the shadow a bit. This is really the trickiest part for me, I feel. It's really the tricky part is to sort of get that into the rest of the circle. And it's such a wild gradation that I feel like it doesn't really work out so well. In fact, I think I may have just figured out a bit of a solution. Let's try it out. Might not work. That's fine. This is a fun part, right? We're looking up solutions. We're trying to figure it out. We're see what works, see what doesn't work. This is how we will learn. This is how we will avoid mistakes next time. That's actually pretty good. Like, to be honest, it's not bad. That's actually kind of what I'm already looking for. I didn't even have to try to use the thing that I was going to do. And I don't have to, because if I do, then it might ruin, right, the way that it is now. So I like this. All right, great. Well, that was a good stream. We learned some new things. We tried out new things, and we saw how it works. And we like it. Well, I like it. I like how it's working. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed the stream. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope to see you guys again soon, and until then, I hope you have a great day or a good night, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye bye.